Welcome to Cash Code, guys. This is the podcast where knowledge is stored and shared. And guys, we got a great one for you guys today. I got my good friend here, Frantz Lindor. I'm going to let him introduce himself because I feel like I just won't do it justice. But just know that this guy is one of the coldest developers that I've met in my career. And so, Frantz, how would you introduce yourself?
I appreciate that. I'm flattered. Nothing special. I would say that I'm about 4 years into programming now. All self-taught. Crazy story on how it started, but front-end developer.
So tell us how did it start for you? What was the thing that piqued your interest? How did you become one of the lead developers at the company that you work for? We won't say any names.
Actually, it was a lot more situational. I would say, almost forced into it. I could almost say, yeah. So it was back when COVID was very rampant. I think that was like 2021 or 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Mm-hmm. And during this time, I was in a sales role. And because I graduated with a marketing degree. That's what I started with, and that's what I thought I was going to end up being, is like a digital marketer. So
right.
And I really kind of pursued that very, very quickly after graduating. But here I am now in a sales role, and I'm doing okay. I'm not doing the best.
Mm-hmm.
So
can you say the company that you did sales for?
Yeah, it was Vivial at the time. I don't know what it is now, but it was Vivial.
Okay.
In St. Louis. It was in St. Louis, and basically just like cold calling. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
That's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, and selling too. Like, you're selling digital products. But during this time, like, I'm making websites for clients, like random clients who can't afford the website program. So I'm like, all right, let me make it for you. That way you can like buy this package.
Got it. Mm-hmm.
And so
get themselves up.
Exactly.
That's good. That's going the extra mile, guys. Like, pay attention to that. That's hard work.
Yeah. But yeah, so here I am now, COVID, my family has COVID, my dad has COVID. He got the case, he got it pretty badly. And we took him to the hospital, and like there was, it was bad. We were just wondering if he was going to make it out. And, when the entire family, like if you're Christian, right? And the entire family hops on a prayer call, like every day, every morning. That's how I know it's serious, And that was basically what happened.
I love hearing that, though.
Yeah. And I obviously I love, my family and for that, and like how we have that faith in God and just all of that. So, so in the midst of all of this, I'm here. I'm on what's called a PIP. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So, so for those that don't know, it's a performance
improvement plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's because I wasn't able to make target the past for a few months, but recently, like, it hit because like my family got COVID.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so at this time, I'm like, I have this one-on-one with my manager, and we're talking about it, and then I'm like, hey, I actually have. During my PIP, I actually have to take, like right before my PIP, I have to take 3 weeks off for I can, it's like sick leave,
Right.
Because I couldn't even talk on the phone. It was hard to even talk, yeah. And
I remember when I caught COVID, my throat hurt really bad.
Yeah,
too.
it was
just burnt. It hurt to talk.
The headaches, like so much with it. It was bad. I just remember that. And so here I am taking some time with my brothers, and I know for a fact, I'm like, I'm probably gonna get fired, because there's no way. Because sales is all about how confident you are. Yeah, like especially over the phone.
Yeah.
If you can't sell yourself and how you look, then you're gonna have to sell yourself and how you can like talk and articulate, and just a confidence behind your voice. And when you're sick, that confidence is just out the window.
Yeah, because you're so focused on trying to be better and feel better, but you don't feel better. Yeah, that's tough.
Mm-hmm. And if things were going crazy at home, then it's hard to like find that. So I know deep down I'm probably not going to be able to make target this coming month. And my brothers, they're in tech. They were in tech at that time. My little brother, he has a CS degree, and he's at a point where he's also applying for jobs too. So like we're both in the same kind of like predicament. But he's like, Frantz, you probably should learn how to code.
How to code.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, like, and he's showing me like just how much money you can make in coding and like all these different things and the jobs.
Yep.
And even though I was doing it kind of for fun and just to help my clients out, it was mostly like WordPress stuff and a little bit of HTML, CSS, nothing crazy. But to me, I'm like, wow, it's very daunting. You know, I have, what, like 3 weeks?
It can be.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, and especially at that time, I had 3 weeks to figure something out, and I'm like, I could just apply to another sales company. You know what I mean? And get back on
on your feet really fast. Yep. I feel you.
But
so what drove you to like learn how to code then? Because I mean, I took a little bit of it in college, and it was fairly difficult then, and a lot of it wasn't even applicable when I actually got into the field, because a lot of companies are like, you use what? So it was a lot of that, but I learned. I think I got my best experience in my first role, and I was kind of learning on the fly. Like I was being forced to learn how to code because they hired me to be a front end developer. So what was the motivation for you to actually like dive deep into knowing how to code or getting to know how to code?
Yeah, so all of that happening with the family basically forced me to realize that whatever it is that I do for a living has to be something that I can comfortably do, and if something crazy happens throughout my life, I can still do.
Okay,
you know what I mean, and like still make money, that really a good living off of it. And so it was like the stability of getting a career like that. Coding and tech was just like another avenue for that.
Right.
And so that kind of pushed me to basically start. And that's why I mean when I say situational, because that's how it ended up. And I started first like YouTube. Like YouTube was like
YouTube University.
Yeah, YouTube University.
Everybody out there, YouTube University will take you a long way.
100%.
Not to mention that college professors are also on YouTube teaching the same materials that they teach to these colleges. So it's almost like
you're taking a class. You're getting. Harvard has their free CS50 class. Yeah, and you could take that as well. I tried that too, and they try to do a good job of giving you a general understanding of how computers talk and like how you work. But I think what helped me the most was like seeing, like Udemy was a big one too. And like tutorials on YouTube, that was huge for me. But yeah, that's what prompted me to learn. And then I have ADHD, so it's one of those things where when I fixate on something, it's a wrap. I'm gonna figure it out, and that's basically what happened. I remember there were days, like 3 days straight, where I didn't even sleep. I'm just coding. I'm just like learning.
Wow.
Yeah. And so once I finish, I get back off sick leave. At this time, I'm like, all right, maybe I can still code and learn and try to get a job at Vimeo, at the company that I'm working at. Right. Because, we sell websites. So like, I could just build websites, for them. But since you're on a PIP, apparently you can't like move around the company.
Right. No. So what do you mean PIP? There's no lateral movement. Like
it's crazy. If I'm not doing well at my role now, it probably means that I could be better suited for a different role.
You would think that. But I also see it from the other angle of you not doing good here. Why would we
do it there? Yeah. Fair enough, but it's sales. Like not everyone can be good at sales. Some people just aren't like tailored to that.
It's true. This is very true. Some people aren't tailored to being a developer and much better at sales. I promise you. Like I might be on the other side of things. Yeah. You never know. You know what? I have tried sales. I worked at Best Buy for a long time, and I actually loved working at Best Buy. I love learning all the new technology and being able to guide people through, what was a good PC, what wasn't a good PC. And I was the top performer. Like,
really?
Yeah, most of the time. It was always a fight between me and one other guy. His name was Dave. And honestly, Dave was a legend. He taught me everything he knew. He was already the top performer. He just kind of took me under his wing, and I just learned from him, how to speak and what to do, what to tell people. And I always remember like what he told me. He's like, people don't know what they want. It's on you to tell them what they want. And I was like, it made so much sense.
That's a fact.
And then I swear on that same day, he was like, watch this. And he goes up to this lady. He's like, what are you in here for? And so after a couple of minutes of talking to her, she came in looking for this like $200 Chromebook, and he's like, you need to leave with this MacBook. So from $200, he sells her this like $2,000 laptop, and she walked out smiling, and it was like, I was like, this dude is a legend. Like, it's like, so shout out to you, Dave. Wherever you are now, you taught me a lot. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. But
I'm sure he's doing very well.
I'm sure I am 100%. So he definitely got promoted several times during my time there. He became manager, and then he ended up working in the back at Geek Squad. At the time, I used to think that it was like so cool and it was so much money.
Yeah, the Geek Squad. Yeah,
I used to think like, I mean, it's cool. And shout out to everybody that works at Best Buy. Like, this is no shade, but they keeping a secret from you. Like, you flirting with a 6-figure career and they not paying you 6 figures. So listen.
Wow.
If you work at Best Buy and you're in a sales role or you're in a Geek Squad role, you could be making 6 figures. Just, wow. You know stuff. Like, wow. I'm just saying, they just don't tell you this. They don't want you to know this, but I'm telling you personally, y'all are flirting with a 6-figure career at Best Buy. So that is the best commercial. The brands don't want you to know this. Best Buy don't want you to know this. It's just facts. It's facts though. Like, they don't want you to know. Some of the skills that you have can potentially be 6-figure careers or jobs, and a lot of people don't. The brands won't tell you that.
Of course not. And then they're relying on you not knowing that so that they can continue to take advantage of it.
Exactly. And like this Midwest mindset, like this, you got to be in the office. You gotta do it this way. You got to be rigid. You have to wear a suit and tie. That is a true Midwest mindset. Like, when you go to these other places, when you go to Seattle,
all the coast cities, like coast states and stuff,
the places that's really doing it.
Yeah.
So what I found out, like, in my career, is that the companies here, they think they tech companies, but they not. Like, they think they doing it, and they're kind of tech companies, and generally what we find is companies who want to be tech companies, but actually they major in a different thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Let's just take sneakers. Yeah. Like, people want, like, you'll have a sneaker. I don't know, some basic sneaker company like Skechers. This is no shade to Skechers. Shout out to you. But let's just say Skechers. Yeah. They for some reason, everybody wants to be a tech company because there's so much money to be made in tech. And so they'll be like, yeah, we're this tech company and we do all of this. I'm like, no, you sell sneakers, fam. Like, like, at the end of the day, like, sneakers is your bottom line. You're not selling data. You're not selling software. You're not creating something revolutionary. And you could. That's the thing, is that you could. You're not creating anything that's revolutionary as far as, like when you think of Elon Musk, what's the first thing you think of? Tesla. Yeah. Exactly. Like, that's a tech company. Yeah. Why is that a tech company and Skechers is not a tech company? Because he's creating a brand new thing. It's got software, it's got data, it's got all this information, all of these different components. That's literal technology being thrown into a vehicle versus shoes. So it's like, at the end of the day, either you're becoming something, you're doing something revolutionary, or maybe you're selling something B2B, a software, internal software to other companies, and that would qualify you to be like a major tech company. Yeah. And there are a lot of companies that we don't see behind the scenes that sell software to these other companies so that they can get it
100%. Yeah. And that's like the difference between a tech first company and a company that's not. And you see it all the time.
Yes.
I mean, we both know. So like, you're right, when it comes to like the Midwest kind of, I guess it kind of depends on like what these companies really build their wealth off of. Yeah. And like you said, that becomes your bottom line. Yeah. But tech is lucrative. So they want to layer that in as much as possible, but you know the truth.
Yeah, we know the truth. And we're here in St. Louis. We are a blue city inside of a red state. I was saying all of that to say that sometimes that mindset keeps us in the past a lot, when we should be propelling forward as far as technology wise. I mean, it's coming either way. It's like, either you get with it or you get rolled over.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyway, we were talking about your story, and how you got into
No,
tech. You
no.
were applying for Vivio. You were building websites at Vivio.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Working on Vivio at the time. Yeah.
and then what happened?
Yeah. So now I'm at a point where I'm back because I my sick leave is over. So, I had this conversation with my manager and he's like, listen, you got 1 month, basically. Yeah, this is the official one.
Jeez, cut, bro.
Yeah, you got 1 month. And great manager, by the way. The guy was, I think he broke the, I hate my manager, like kind of mindset
yeah.
for me. Like he was probably the best manager I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, I get you.
Because he's just really good. He knows how to motivate and
Yeah,
in the
it's
right
the
ways.
best.
Yeah.
Like it's the best when you have a good manager.
Yeah, he did a great job of advocating for me. So he was able to give me that 1 month extra extension. And so I'm like, okay, all right, I just gotta lock in. All right. But at the same time, like my goal is to be a developer. So what I was doing is I'm working my 8 hours and then after that I'm developing, and learning. And I did that. And so obviously, like you can't serve two kings. You can't serve, you know what I mean? Like
You can't serve two masters.
Two masters.
Yep.
Exactly. And so now at this point, I'm being split during the day. I'm like, man, if I can just hurry up and make these calls, I can just get a lot more time to like code,
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. So obviously my work was suffering because of that. But I will say I did pretty well. I think I hit like 70 or 80% of quota. Obviously they were very strict about it. But during this time I was interviewing, right?
Yeah.
And so this was the point where, so I think I had a week left until the month ended, right? And so I got interview with the job that I ended up getting the offer from, but I'm interviewing and off that, I know for a fact, like the culture fit for a fact, like the people on the call, I'm like, oh yeah, these are cool people for sure,
Yeah.
And I was like, for sure, if I can just like obviously show them what I can do, like I think this is it. And I think the portfolio, I made a sick portfolio.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, I poured everything. I had like, I think it was we were getting into like the holidays, so I had snow falling
Wow.
on the screen, and
what did you use to do that? Was it like a Giphy or was it like
it was a package.
CSS?
No, it was a lot of JavaScript. It was actually a huge package that I pulled in there.
Oh, okay.
Which made the portfolio run a little slow. But it was still it was pretty good. I found it like on, I forgot where I found it, but I used, and you could like tailor like how much drop, and if they like just sit at the bottom and like snowball, it was insane.
That is sick.
I wish I kept that portfolio, but I think they saw that and like, okay, obviously this guy knows how to code, and then it was more of just like culture fit, which people don't realize this, but getting into tech, a lot of it is a culture fit.
Culture fit. This is so true. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, because you start realizing a lot of people know how to talk tech, but they don't know how to talk to you. Like they don't know how to explain in a very like, in a way that you can actually digest what it is they're doing. Yeah. Because you have to understand when you develop, you don't always talk to developers, you talk to project managers, you talk to brands or whoever it is, and you have to almost, when they ask you, hey, I need to do this and that, how can we do it? You got to be able to explain, okay, this is how I'm going to do it in a way that they can understand. Right. So that they can then go and tell their bosses what's happening. Yeah. So
give them some jargon to go back and talk some jargon.
Exactly. in their own way of jargon. Yeah. So yeah, like that was big. And I think whenever they noticed that I was able to communicate and I could fit, then I think it was that night, it was a Friday that I had the interview. And then I'm like, man, really well. And that night I got the offer.
That's what's up, man.
It was crazy.
That's what's up, man. What was that feeling like when you got the offer?
It was unreal. Yeah. Because it was like a month and a half it took me to learn how to code.
What?
Yeah,
what?
Literally.
Like, wow.
Yeah. And then,
from not knowing anything at all. So did you go to college at all?
Yeah, I went to college, but
where'd you go?
I went to Lindor University.
Okay, that's what's up.
Well, LU.
LU?
LU, baby.
I have family that used to work there. But no, I went to SEMO. So
that's right. Yeah, I went to SEMO. Yeah.
It was all right.
Yeah. College was fun. It was a good time. I was an athlete too. So
I bet you are. It makes so much sense. When I tell you this dude is good at like every sport possible, I mean, it's like I ain't never seen somebody be good at ping pong the way this man is good at ping pong. Like that's crazy. Like you could be an Olympic ping pong.
Oh no, I wish. You could be the Olympic breakdancer. You should have done that.
You know what?
100%.
You know what? After the Australian dance,
but she ruined it for you guys now.
No cap. Like that's messed up. Do you think that's why they're not coming back in LA?
Yeah.
Her?
Yeah. 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
It got to be bigger than that. Well, it can't just be one person.
I think that LA is going to be, I don't know if it's like smaller, but I think they were probably looking for sports to cut. And it depends on what had the most support. And I mean, if you're like the breakdancing sport, like so much people were upset about it. Like that was probably the first one they had to cut.
Man, I hope that's not the reason. Like
we can probably look at. I'm sure like it's there. There's
got to be more to it because it can't be just one person, like one blowback, like one thing.
She was terrible.
Honestly, it was. I from my vantage point, I can't speak for everybody. Mm-hmm. It seemed like one of the most talked about sports was breakdancing, and then Simone Biles and a couple track runners.
Yeah,
it's like track. Simone Biles, because like
she retired too, right?
Yeah.
After,
Let's just be real. Like you can't say gymnastics anymore, and now you just call it Simone Biles. It's not even called. It's not.
She's the Tiger Woods of gymnastics officially.
She's the Serena Williams. She's the Tiger Woods.
Boom. Yeah.
She's the Kobe Bryant. She's all of that.
That's crazy at that age too. Like you're
the most decorated gymnast of all time.
I think she would definitely fall in line with Michael Phelps. I don't know if like the amount of medals that they won are the same, but as far as the GOATs of sports, she's that. She's
really hard to beat. And I say that confidently. Like I watched all of it. Like it was like
they were doing this thing where they were panning to the competitors' faces after they were just like I gotta compete against that.
I would be happy to be on her team. Like you know, what's the other girl name? Sunny. It's like I would be so happy if I just to be around you know such greatness, and you know your team is going home with a medal.
Without a doubt,
But she just got so much power, like it's crazy,
so athletic. And I think they showed us clips of when she was younger and she was competing, and she
had power back then.
Yeah, you saw it. I'm like, okay,
it's a God-given talent.
Yeah,
and then
100%.
You know what? It's always so special when people take what God has given them and then they turn it into everything else. Yeah, something.
They run with it, man. Come on.
Yeah. So. You one of those people that got a God-given talent, man.
Man, listen, I learned ping pong from one of my friends in college who I think he played nationals, or he was in the national team in Brazil, I believe. And so that's how I learned.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's how I was able to like get the hang of it. And the thing is, you start just like with coding. You code with someone who's way better than you. Next thing you know, you start seeing like the elevation and
progression.
Ping pong, like progression, like the ping pong.
But it's not just I'm not just talking about ping pong though, because you're good at like volleyball. You're good at I bet you're good at soccer. This dude is good at
I was definitely an athletic kid growing up. I did everything. Yeah.
But so speaking of your athleticism, you're now jumping into becoming a full-time fitness trainer, or what
fitness
you use yours? Fitness influencer. Okay.
Yeah, I would say definitely fitness influencer. I think I realized a lot of the things that I've used in my life really, really go hand in hand with not bodybuilding, but I guess like building your body in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever your goals are when it comes to how you look.
Yeah.
Like really relate to anything else in life, you know, whether you want to learn how to code or like whatever you want to change your career, it's just being persistent and finding something and like basically locking in and doing it.
Absolutely. And you know what I love about fitness in general is like the direct connection and correlation to the spirit man. Because I mean, you have to train your body, right? You have to train your spirit man as well. You have to, progress only comes under pressure, and progress only comes after failure. When you're in the gym and you're lifting weights, you get the most amount of gains when you go past failure, right?
Facts, yeah.
that is the exact same thing in your walk with Christ. Like after failure, after a tough situation, that is when you'll grow the most.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I remember sitting in the gym and just being like feeling the weight of that all at once.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, like thank you, Jesus. But yeah, so like I'm excited for you for your fitness influence. I'll be your first subscriber.
Listen, honestly, you motivated me too. Because remember, you used to be posting a lot of gym videos.
I did, yeah.
And I was like, man, like I'm motivated right now. Like this guy is serious. And I'll tell you right now, if you guys have never seen Jimmy in person, like
man,
the kid he looks insane.
No, 100%. Actually, I don't look insane. I look really regular. I look so skinny and frail.
No, like very.
Oh man! So
I just remember meeting him. Like, man, this guy's really fit. That's crazy.
It's just I don't know. I don't have a lot of mass, but it's still fun. Like it's therapeutic for me. And it just I don't know. I have fun. Like I don't feel right when I don't go to the gym. Like it really helps my mind, helps my body. But it's just it's like something I feel like I need to do. But I'm surprised I influenced you.
Oh, for sure.
I think we share the same influence though. Christian Guzman, CG.
Oh yeah, CG,
yes,
yeah, for sure.
Alpha League, dude. Yeah. Those videos are so sick. So something I wanted to talk about was AI. What are your thoughts on AI? What side of the talk do you lean on? Because you got some people that are like on the side of AI is gonna destroy everything, Terminator. Then we got some people that are like, tripping. Like AI is gonna be great. It's not here to destroy us. It's here to help us. What side of the conversation are you on?
Man, as someone who uses AI on a daily basis,
I think that says everything.
Like I use it sometimes, like craft responses, like in text messages. You know what I mean?
Okay, wow,
I go that deep. I actually just made it. I just used AI to create an entire lifting program and nutrition program for somebody.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean you used it to create an entire lifting program?
Yeah. So ChatGPT, especially the newest version of it, I think it's like 4.0, where you can talk to her and she talks back to you. But when it comes to AI, you can kind of
hold on, I'm sorry. I just got real stuck on the fact that ChatGPT is a girl? Or is it just like non-binary?
Depends. Yeah, I guess it's non-binary. But I think like, when it comes to like tech and talking, they'll choose.
Just in on cash code. ChatGPT is a girl.
No, like they'll choose like whatever can make the user feel comfortable. And usually it's like series of women's voice, like originally, and I think they usually go with women's voices. Okay. But I guess for right now, the ChatGPT's a girl. I don't know. But so basically what I did was I was like, all right, you are now my personal trainer and my nutritionist. That's like the first what you tell them. Basically, you set the landscape, and it'll save it. Like, okay, what can I help you with? And then what I did is I told them my weight, how often I work out, my goal, my height, basically all the different like metrics of your physique. And once you do that, you're like, all right, can you give me a day-to-day nutrition calendar or meal plan that will get me to this weight or to this goal within this time? And she just completely drafts the entire thing, and then you take a look at calorie goals, ways to track it, all that stuff, and boom, there you go. And also the fitness thing too. It'll give you a nice little push-pull and legs and like different exercise. And what I did too for some people who are new to like lifting in general is I asked to show a link or to have a link next to every exercise or movement. Yeah. So that they can, if they don't know what it is, they can just click on the link and see a picture of it or like whatever.
What the movement is.
Exactly.
That is advanced and a very intelligent way to use ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, I went through all the phases of like, man, this is AI is this all the way to, hey, okay, and then now it's like AI needs to be here for sure. Like AI is doing a good job, I think.
That's wild. So you used it to create a fitness program, do you train people as well?
So no, I don't have my license to train, but and I think whenever I post, there's a lot. I mean, if you're someone who ends up posting content of fitness, people will look at it and always just ask you, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? So it came from a point where I was getting tons of messages, and so whenever my friends would reach out, I'd be like, sure, I could just do that, and then
create a program.
Yeah, just use AI.
So do you use when you get a request from a friend, so and you make them tell you their metrics, their height, size, height, whatever, what their goals are. Do you feed that into Chat GPT and just feed it back to them?
Yeah, 100%. No need to make it complicated. That's exactly how it is.
That's funny. That is really funny.
Yeah.
Do they pay you a fee for the program?
Oh no, I'm not charging anyone.
You should just tell them this is.
I mean, if we're being honest, I'm sure a lot of these companies are. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're probably feeding all these metrics to some type of machine, and right now I'm sure it's AI, and they're giving you the best.
I love this conversation, man. No, I'm just telling you why I love this conversation, because I've always been trying to figure out how I could incorporate tech into fitness. There's two things that I love. Right here, right now, you're telling me something that's
100%
very intriguing. That's dope.
If you haven't done it, you should try it. And the thing about it too is, AI is a tool at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a tool to be used. Facts, man. So, where are you at in your AI? Are you doing just AI prompting, or are you learning how to do machine learning and stuff like that? In what languages?
Yeah. Well. Okay, so definitely not machine learning. My my younger brother, he does that, and he's pretty good at that. But for me, it's like integrating AI into a project or an application that you want to use, and that's pretty easy actually. A lot of these different AI models, they have documents or docs that you can documentation on.
Gotcha.
Exactly how to use them. And it's a lot easier than you think. If you just want to build a regular web app, just using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, that's all you need. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or if you use a framework as well, it could be a lot easier.
Right.
So, I mean, right now I have an idea of an app that I want to build that is going to use AI. But I can't dive into
this. Right? Top secret.
Top secret, exactly. But no, I've definitely been learning how I can build some things that utilize AI to do some logic. So yeah, man,
that's what's up, man. So I think we're about to wrap it up, man. Is there anything that you feel like you didn't get to tell the people, or wanted to tell or share with the people? Because we got your career. You know what I didn't get from you in your journey is where were you in high school? What was your mindset in high school? Did you always know you wanted to get into computers, or was it just something
Actually, yes. I mean, I keep forgetting this, but I was in a technical high school, so I did half regular high school and half technical, and it was
Where'd you go?
In electronic engineering. It was South Tech.
South Tech. I went to North Tech.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I remember we had this volleyball thing, South Tech versus North Tech every year. I just remember playing that.
It sounds about right.
But yeah, so I did that, and I was doing robotic engineering and electronic engineering, and it's crazy because I remember we did some coding, but that went way over my head at that time.
It was it was nuts. Yeah. I did Cisco networking.
Oh, okay.
During my time there.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know why I did that. So for me, I remember being in high school. I thought I was going to be some kind of game developer, and that was what I really wanted to do. But I don't know how I ended up in the Cisco networking program. I just knew I wanted to do that side of things. I don't understand how I got into it. I really don't.
I mean, it's IT. IT is probably giving you decent.
I think the thing that messed me up was we had a computer graphics course that would have made more sense for me to be a part of.
Hey man, everything happens for a reason.
This is true. I think what I think now that I think about it. I just said the word "think" so many times in that sentence. Anyway, I believe my mom put me in that program because it gave me college credits. It was like a A++ something program, and when I graduated, I had 1 or 2 college credits. So.
That makes sense.
But yeah, it was hard, but like it was worth it. Shout out to Jim Elkins. I done gave him a like 2 or 3 shout outs on here. Like, Jim, I just want you to know you really impacted me. Like, it was one of the best teachers I've ever had. We used to give that man a hard time.
Oh,
We used
sure.
to give him such a hard time at North Tech, man.
Those tech teachers, man, they don't get paid enough, bro. Because
the teachers in general, like, man,
we can talk about that, man. Like, for sure, for sure, I agree.
Yeah. But was there anything else that you wanted to maybe share with the people that you didn't get to talk about?
Yeah. I guess really the only thing is just if you're someone who's excited or looking forward to getting into tech, just know that the possibilities are endless, especially now. There's a lot of avenues and a lot of ways to get into, to basically get into tech, to break into tech. Sometimes it's hard because there's so many options, but I say just dive in there. Know for a fact you won't understand everything from the beginning, right? And also, when it comes to you getting to a point where you feel like you understand, start applying. Just start applying. Like, the interview process is also part of that learning, and you have to understand, like, when the job descriptions, when they say they need this and that and the other, still apply. You know what I mean?
Apply anyway, because a lot of times they don't even know what they need.
That's what I'm saying.
They be these job descriptions. Y'all wild in these job descriptions.
And you can tell too, because a lot of them are very templates. I just saw the same description, like,
from the other job, from this previews, bro. You stole this from that.
Exactly.
But I think I saw one that was like super crazy. It was like, it was an entry-level position, but they wanted somebody with 6 years of experience in this language that had only been around for like 3 years.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was like, what are they on right now? Like,
that's crazy.
Is this an entry-level position? Do you need somebody that knows this language for real? Are you just putting words on a paper?
Man, all of the above, I'm sure. They have no idea what they're looking for.
It's crazy. But there's been times where I've applied to those positions where they don't know what they're looking for, and like, I've been able to immensely help them even in a job interview, like be useful to them. And I'll be like, I'll fold my stuff up and be like, y'all don't need me. You need a full stack developer or something like that. They'd be like, what?
Yeah.
You're hired anyway. Like, it's like, I just told you, like, I can't help you. And this is like, it's not even fabricated like that. Actually, exactly. It's like, I can't help you. So I think that's it, man. We wrapping up. We did the thing, guys. This has been Cash Code, the podcast where knowledge is stored and shared. See you next time.